Hello everyone, my name is Ken, the Bearded Accountant, and today is Tax Talk Tuesday. For today's video, I'm going to talk about the second round of PPP loans and what it could mean for sole proprietorships out there. These are folks that report their business activity on Schedule C of their personal return. If you're self-employed and you spent time last week figuring out how all this works, guess what? On March 3rd, it all changed. If you're going online and read an article that was published before March 3rd, it's probably now wrong. So with that, I'll be getting into this after my quick introduction. Okay, I'm back, and before I get into it, let me just say it really helps the channel if you hit that subscribe button. If you think I'm actually doing a good job, hit that like button, and if you'd like to see more, hit that notification bell. And with that, the first thing I want to mention about these PPP loans, because I know there's been some confusion, is what the deadline is. The deadline to file for the second draw PPP loans is March 31st. It's not March 9th. The only thing that happens after March 9th is that employers with 20 or more employees can begin to apply. Please keep in mind that the rules for these things keep on changing. There have been a lot of calls to extend the deadline, so who knows in a couple days if March 31st will no longer be the deadline. Now, before I get into the change that occurred on March 3rd, first, I know there's been a lot of confusion over whether or not a sole proprietor, someone that works for himself and does not have any employees, whether they qualify for these PPP loans. Yes, they do. Now, the main topic of this video is what has changed as of March 3rd when these sole proprietors apply for these PPP loans. What has changed is the calculation. Prior to March 3rd, the calculation was based on your net profit from the business. If your business made $12,000 all year, your monthly net income would have been $1,000. You multiply that by 2.5, and that's what your loan qualifies for. So in that example, 12,000 net profit, you qualify for 2.5 times 1,000, $2,500. If your net profit was $24,000, it would have been $5,000. That's no longer the case. As of March 3rd, you don't go by that line 31 net profit at the bottom of your Schedule C. You go by the line 7 gross income. Now, without getting into the difference between gross receipts and gross income and net income, let's just say that gross income, which now is used to calculate what your loan amount is going to be, is almost always bigger than net income, which means if you applied for one of these loans based on your net income before March 3rd, you probably really lost out. And what they're saying is that if you applied for a loan based on the rules before March 3rd, you're out of luck. Too bad. Tough luck. So who knows if that's going to change, if they're going to let folks revise their applications. But the key here, I think, is to know that, one, as a sole proprietor, even though you don't have employees, you are allowed to apply. The second thing to know is that now it's based on gross income, not net income, gross income from line 7. And the third thing to know is this thing can change daily. So whatever you read yesterday, whatever you're listening to right now, it can change tomorrow. So most likely when this changes, I'll pull this video because I don't want to be like the million articles on the interweb that are just incorrect now because the rules are changed from when they were put out there. So with that, I hope this was informative. I could talk about these PPP loans for an hour, but I would just be putting out more content that can change on a daily basis. I just wanted to put it out there that sole proprietors, yes, you can apply for these. Sole proprietors, as of March 3rd, the rules have changed. which are going to allow you to most likely get a much larger loan. And with that, I'm going to say I'm out. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time.